more. Great use there of Parka's Q to make sure he doesn't take any shots from below the hill as he makes his way out. Otherwise, he could have been one dead Wraith.
And they did so well on the shield management. They engaged just as long as they could. They both come back, they both pop backs, and they're right back in the fight. That's what has got them so far in this tournament.
5 seconds till round 4 finishes closing, and a lot of teams now stuck here. Gonna go ahead and see Zach land right in front of Na'Vi, and that's an easy pickup. FlyQuest losing their last member.
I think it's safe to say that FlyQuest also hasn't seen too many teams hold the bottom of this Watchtower zip, because Zach comes around the corner and he's on the receiving end of a terrible, terrible surprise.
Now look at this, up on top is going to be G2 still down a member trying to defend that Watchtower. WYVERN going for the thirst because they know where their point total is. They may only be one elim away from the match point, or they may even be past it if anyone but Selly has an elimination so far. Very well done there from WYVERN to understand the situation and make sure they capitalize as best actually can.
Yeah, if we take a look here now, being that there are 14 squads remaining, I think that does secure them through getting that placement point as well. WYVERN will be on match point if we do not have a win from Na'Vi, TSM, G2, or Penta.
Again, 789 being only one of the only team removed, but looking at TSM, first time we checked in with them in a while, and look at it's Imperial How who has to make the miracle play if TSM isn't actually going to make this work. So if you're a TSM fan, you are begging that everyone else in this match point fail here, as Imperial How versus the world does not sound like a winning strategy.
It doesn't. We know he's a very, very talented player, but that is a tall order. Monsoon, look at how much space he has. We talk about Monsoon as one of the most talented players at this event. All eyes on him for his squad. Now looking at Gambit, they haven't left the Watchtower. There's no reason to. And now look at Penta. It's just Rex. No shield, just barely trying to stay alive on the low ground.
1 HP and TSM actually getting knocked as well. So we just lost 2 of our match point teams here. Only 2 remain, Na'Vi being one of them. And they look good.
And Na'Vi and G2 here. As your 2 match point teams still in the game. Take a look up top. Here's MVP Raz is in a tough spot. G2 though looking pretty comfortable.
Find themselves a kill there onto one of the red, taking a lot of pressure. We see them dropping from above. Thermite gonna go ahead and hit Mimo, but he pushes right through, takes out that purple armor, and it's a bold move. And it's gonna cost him his life, but Red comes in with the clutch.
G2 out as well.
Here we go. They only have 1 team left here, and it's gonna be Na'Vi standing. WYVERN take themselves a trade, struggling to make themselves into the circle. 17
Na'Vi is out.
goes down. Nobody can end up walking away a victory here as MVP trying to defend the high ground.
Look at this, 6 squads left, and we just saw match point after match point. Team drop. MVP is also out now. Just 5 squads remaining in this game. Here's WYVERN, as we established, due to eliminations and placements. Now they're way past that match point threshold. WYVERN will certainly join us for a game where they will at least have one opportunity for them to win the tournament as well.
Look at this positioning now for third impact. LNG been left alone for some time here. 4 squads remain, knowing somebody kind of likely lurking from above. Hearing a couple audio cues. WYVERN get the peek, or excuse me, the ping down. WYVERN sitting in such a good position here, Bravo, for this end circle. As long as they can keep the high ground, focus fire comes through, and not long for this world is going to be third impact.
Not just a great shot there, but like you said, also a great focus fire. Expect to see a lot more of that in the late game, especially from WYVERN. Some great teamwork, coordination, and timing all weekend long from them. And you got to think every team in this lobby can take a breath for a second. Still looking for a win, but they know that they will not be exiting here. The tournament will continue past this game. And let's see, Rogue, we know, probably based on here, their position, they're going to be through as well. They're only 4 points away. There's no doubt about that, given the placements here. 3 squads remaining.
Gambit, though, really needs to be able to get a very big victory here, not sitting as comfortably when it comes to Rogue, looking towards that future.
Gambit needs 19 points to hit the 50 mark. They're going to get 12 if they win. They would need 7 elims as well, 9 points for second. And if we take a look at how much third place offers, that's 7 points. So this is a big one for Gambit, maybe the biggest for them of these last 3 squads.
Absolutely. Now we see Rogue, a team that we know is going to be in that 50, but not there quite yet. Seeing if they can deny anybody with a transition. Nobody going to move up on that zip, but we do see the wingman attempt there in the trade. Just playing patient.
Disruptor ult here for drop. We saw some great shots there from Sweet with the wing as well. Raining down a lot of damage. So WYVERN's going to have to fight this from low. We've seen this ring before. And look at the zip might go up.
But there they go. Do they wait? Do they push? We see the audio cue number 1. Grapple could get the Pathfinder a different angle up there if you like. Trade number 1 looking in favor. Arcstar's already prepped here, a minute 30 to the circle forces. And what does WYVERN do?
They do not push. They do allow the shield to come in and the heal for drop. Like you said, 2 arcs here for Huskers. And how does WYVERN time this? They've got a lot of time, but they're going to continue to poke. So they're throwing those arcs and frag, straight up. can get those on the rooftops now. Look at Gambit as well. Like we said, this is highest stakes for Gambit Esports. Wyvern is already through for sure. Rogue is already through for sure. But it's Gambit that needs this win and a high performance the most.
It's all going to come down to how this breaks down. Now, we know Gambit's got the low ground, we know Wyvern's sitting in the mid ground and Rogue with the high. It all really comes down to this final circle, the Wraith pre-prepping, things like this, and who can get the massive heal off. Also, who gets distracted with who is Gambit actually trading a couple shots with Rogue. Rogue sitting fine though. And that HP is another warning shot coming out from Wyvern.
What a situation, because you know that Rogue and Wyvern have done the math at this point. It's a bit too certain for these two teams that they know that they're through. And Rogue with the high ground. Instead, it's Gambit with the low ground, Wyvern outside, and it's Gambit that needs to make the right place.
Arcstar is going to be prepped. Who has the Fastio backpack? There we go. Swap it onto the Wraith. Why the Wraith? Because she has the best opportunity to out-survive everybody. This is the greatest bin maxing for Wyvern. Then to go through the portal, we've seen the pre-prep onto the med kit, then use your Q, go back through the portal, and get your syringes off as best you can. This should be, in theory, if the Wyvern can do that without taking damage, a win on their behalf. But you know everybody's thinking that here as round 7's about to close.
Actually, Sign and the rest of the Gambit side exchanging shots with Rogue up top. Gonna be an opportunity. Some cells drop for Sweet, because you did see Drop taking a few shots. And here's a player jumping up right away. Let's see it right away. Article goes down. That's not a good sign for Gambit.
Yeah, pulling the trigger a bit too early there. We got to keep eyes on the race. And we see Sweet Dream. That's Portal 1. Here's going to be Portal 2. Expected iframe coming out soon there. Parka taking the glance from down below. Actually finding himself in the middle of this circle. Where's Sweet Dreams? Because that's the last one left. Golden circle. Do we get a finisher? No, not even necessary. Dive to the Watson fence.
And Wyvern picks up a win here in our 7th game. And the first one of the finals, and I think of the tournament as well.
Wyvern's first victory here. Again, one of the more impressive rosters when looking at the entirety of Korea, one of the more lethal regions at the preseason invitational. But now, the first time that they can actually claim they have earned themselves that championship screen.
Wyvern, a team that came out so strong in day number 1. Recognized it right away that they were one of many talented South Korean squads that are here. MVP also in the finals, but it's Wyvern who's well above them. They will cross the 50-point threshold with ease. And the big question that I want to know from the analyst desk is, where is Gambit going to fall? They needed 19 points. Did they get them? It would have required quite a few eliminations, and they may not be in if they hadn't pushed that. Let's go ahead and head over to the analyst desk here for that breakdown and more.
Thank you so much, Bravo and Dreadnought. Pleasure as always. And man, it's almost like a snowball rolling down a mountain and turning into an avalanche here as more and more teams qualify for match point. We know for a fact Rogue has it. Which other teams do you guys think is going to collect?
Wyvern definitely made sure they got themselves in.